No, I don't want to be mean. I'll just say this is not it's not impressive. I mean, in terms of the fact that they're going to be able to get people to buy it, it's $400. Um, it's just not. This is why I don't do. This is why I try not to do group projects. Even the title "Exit from the Longhouse," it's like, oh, Brian J. Pervert, the Longhouse, which is, it's a fine point by Brian J. Pervert to make, but you make it into an identity, you make it into a catchphrase. It's it's $400 for 300 pages, but it's $400. I think is the key takeaway. Um, but it features essays from Zero HP Lovecraft, Curtis Yarvin, Gio Penichetti. I like Gio Penichetti, Benjamin Braddock. I don't have anything against Benjamin Braddock. I don't know enough about him. I do like Gio though. I know you guys hate him. But it's only $400. But yeah, this is once again trying to. It's I would have more energy to talk about it, but it's yeah. The funniest thing about it was this. Um, let's see if I can find that. You are buying a way out. You are buying an exit back to the wilderness. This is a rewilding of our culture. Artists backed by universities and the NEA and Coca-Cola, and Ford Foundation is the alternative. Reject this. Yeah, those are your two choices. Either you can get that art from the colleges and Coca-Cola, or you can pay $400 for this. The Paul Bunyan of Mars. There's nothing more manly than paying $400 for Le Mort de Hitler and talking about killing baby Hitler. Support real art. I like the Paul Bunyan of Mars. Hello, Paul. I hope you feel better. Are you sick, Paul? Yes, I do feel better. Cover looks like it's cool. I mean, the cover is fine. I don't mind the cover. It's just at a certain point, it's the same thing with like the what's it called? Like the Soul Bra cookbook. That's $60, and it's a PDF. That's like 30 pages long, and one of them is one of the recipes is Google something. At a certain point, you have to say, well, let's just I want people to be successful, but maybe this might not be the best use of your money. As somebody who has an audience, this might not. $400 for a cookbook. $400 for the "I will not eat the bug" essay in that font that is in MS Paint. It might not be might not be the best use of your money, as that sort of thing. Far be it from me to tell you guys where to spend your money. This is a cool. I like this drawing though. This is a cool. I don't know what that's from. That is a cool picture though. But I don't know if "I will not eat the bug" in impact font is worth $400. And to be honest, I'm not really. Zero HP Lovecraft and Curtis Yarvin are not really good judges of things or creatives, so it might not be worth paying $400 for their work. Paul Zariati not charging $400 for his books. Yeah, that's true. That's the strange thing about these guys. They write astounding copy on Twitter, and then the book is totally absurd. Well, Twitter, you get feedback. Many people are saying we are in dire need of real art, real artists, real heart to get a break from the nonstop lies, poisons, demoralizing empty fluff, and propaganda constantly flooding our senses. Passage prize might be one of the most important and dangerous endeavors at the moment. So all involved deserve great prize. Thank you, Amanda Milius. When you look at the absolute state of the mainstream economy, mainstream cultural production today, it's easy to become demoralized, but not when you read "I Will Not Eat the Bug" by Travis Corcoran. Um, and maybe that's the whole point. Truth is, though, we have everything we need for a right-wing cultural revival, and the Passage Prize is one of the best demonstrations of this fact. Here we have a quote from Woke Capital. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Global Homo is interested in your kids. They want to diddle your kids. They want Global Homo's out for your kids. And they have had a virtual monopoly on distributed cultural transmission, fancy words for grooming for decades. We need to get the virtual monopoly on grooming. OG Happy Warrior, Andrew Breitbart, peace be upon him. That's funny. That's like it's a Muslim thing. Put forth that politics is downstream from culture. And he's wrong. With that in mind, Lomez's ambitious Passage Prize is the boldest attempt to date to create an alternative soy-free, it's soy-free, guys, culture and a positive vision of the future. Yeah, at a certain point I wonder, like, how much are these people not aware and how much is this just grifting? Not in terms of, like, actually grifting, I don't like the, how much is it just taking advantage of Marx, you know what I mean? But like I said, there are some people in it that I like. I like Geo, I think he's talented. I don't have anything against, like, Benjamin Braddock, that sort of stuff. And I'm sure there's other people in it that I like. I'm sure there'd be some stuff in here that I would like, but it's just yeah. Left-wing art sucks. Like, explicitly left-wing stuff sucks, so does the right-wing stuff too. But I'm happy that Geo won third place. He should win first place. Just because I like him. I didn't read what he said, but he should. Amanda Milius worked in the State Department and is friends with Jack Murphy. Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think you can. I mean, I get what your concerns are, but I try to stay away from the. I think it's easy. You know, you can do it at certain points, but it's not. For the most part, most people are just. It's better just to. Their arguments, that sort of stuff. Geo was the reviewer. He didn't win. No, he won. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it here. There's one of these pictures. There's one of those articles. Let's see. Where is it here? Yeah, King Salmonfish. Gio Pianicetti. Paul out of breath. No, I'm sick, so everything sucks. Not everything sucks, but if you're buying stuff and people are like everything sucks, here we're gonna make it not suck. That's not how it works. You look for people who are actually doing stuff, and outside they're not gonna be thinking about this sort of thing, generally speaking. But yeah, there's this funny thing. It's just you are buying a way out. You are buying an exit back to the wilderness. Like, this is just not true. This is like weird neuro-linguistic programming. You are saving yourself by and like I've made fun of this, like the way people word stuff. You are by giving me money. You are saving yourself. It's like the same buying indulgences. It's like you are saving your soul if you give me money. It's like, what? There was this one thing that was really funny. Oh yeah, prize competition gave us Rousseau's first and second discourses, Schopenhauer's essay on the freedom of the will, and much more. The Passage Prize is a bold and promising step in this noble tradition, and has proven itself already as a vector for top-flight talent that's a bit too sharp for square legacy publication. Yeah. You must be ordering, you must be hitting the submit button. You must be consuming this content. You must have this on your bookshelf. It is the only way. It's yeah. I'm writing a book and cashing in. Too late, consumer brain. I did that already. Yeah, but it's like, you're paying $400 for, haha, I'm a racist Chinese person. People should not race mix. Ooh, white woman with black man. I'm going to throw up. Black people are monkeys. Well, then it's like Chinese, so it's really funny. But you know, not to take a dump all over it. You know, it's fine. It's fine as an account, but it's like, is this really what you want to see as culture? You know what I mean? like if you're buying it to support people, good. Like if you're buying to support Geo or whoever, good. But this is not. I don't think this is healthy. I don't think this is. Generally speaking, I don't like competitions. In terms of this stuff, like sports competitions are different. So like if you're playing sports, if you're playing, because then it's actually like a battle and you're working out, and it's like an objective thing. Whereas what happens with these art competitions and creativity stuff is, generally speaking, it's people get weird complexes. People freak out and they become weird, and they start like, I won second place in the whatever this thing is, in the Passage Press contest. I think I know what I'm talking about. And they I should have won first place, but I'm better. But I didn't even get it. And it's like, yeah, people get too upset about this stuff. That's why I don't really think it's healthy. Also, it's just like, once again, I'm trying not to be too mean because I do like Giant Geo a lot, and he's in it. I don't know if he gets profits from it. I hope he gets profits from it. But the future is not collectives. The future is not a publishing house of a bunch of people. It's not a community. It's not a community, our community. It's just individual stuff. It's somebody writing their own blog. You look at any successful person. For the most part, all the best ones are single, because they don't need that sort of thing. The people who are trying to, the publishing model, it has a lot of dead weight. That's what people are trying to remake here with this, have power over publishing and that sort of. And it's not even that I think it's like horrible. I just know it's not going to work. It's just that's not how it works. Individual stuff is actually, group stuff is just, you've done group projects. You guys have worked on group projects in terms of school. What happens? It's usually like one or two people doing all the work, and the rest just like, screw this. I'm gonna go get high or something. I'm gonna go goof off, play video games. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with this stuff. Once you have, I'm part of this art collective. It just becomes you start guarding, being the army for other people and that sort of thing, and it's like, because you're tied up in it. So it's just, like, do I have to, like, is my taste, am I wrong in that my taste is more refined than I think it is? The fact that I will not eat the bug is not, it's tired. It's not classy. It's not something that's going to age well, perhaps. It's not something that's very funny, particularly funny. Like, this is cool. I like this drawing. But once again, it's like, okay, like, what? Group projects are awesome. They're making postmodern trash. What the hell, man? Yeah. Just like how Nick is 100% AF and nobody else is in AF. Just like that. Well, I'm not in AF, so if you have a problem with AF, don't talk to me. And that's the thing. Like, that's like a good example, right? I can actually be objective about this. So there's certain things, like if I have certain issues with either Cozy or AF or whatever, I'm not gonna talk about because I'm on this site. That's a good example, actually. Maybe I'll talk about it in private, but because this is my opportunity in terms of streaming and that sort of thing, I'm not gonna really talk about it. I think that would be a little different for different reasons. But that is a good example that because I'm on here, there's certain things I'm not going to get involved in or joke around about that I would otherwise. So that's a good example. Same thing with this. It's a little different because I've gone out of my way. It's not like I'm pretending, oh, I love Nick, or oh, I love Beardson, oh, I love blah, blah, blah. I love Baked Alaska. I think he makes great content or something like that. I'm not doing that, but I might be holding my tongue about certain things. So that is true, but I am not, I'm not financially tied to these people, or my success is not tied to these people. I'm not in a community. I'm not part of any movement. So it is a little different. It's not the same exact thing. But there is an aspect of certain things I wouldn't talk about on here because I don't want to get, I want to be a good guest. Do you have certain issues with me that you're scared to bring up because I own the website? Yes. How did you make your money, Mr. Town? just selling drugs. Let's see. And the word movement makes me laugh and laugh and laugh. It doesn't make me laugh. It just makes me. Movements are a bit unwieldy, but financially tied to Zimmerman. Yes, yeah. But yeah, no, this was something I saw, and I was kind of, I don't have. I'm not upset about it because I don't care. It's not like I'm like I should have been in it. I didn't really. I didn't particularly. I saw about it. I just like I would never submit to this. But it was something that maybe kind of. I don't know. And I think a big difference too is art. That's my main gripe. Whereas like I said, there are certain things I wouldn't talk about on here, or certain ideas I wouldn't really like to talk about on here. But it's not an art thing. It's not like people are saying, "Oh, this is an art project on Cozy. Cozy's an art collective." Whereas with this, it's not. It's an art thing. So I treat art different than politics or different than social movements or whatever. And I don't think stuff that's political, explicitly political or political first is art. I think it's cheap. I think it's bad. It's bad for the soul. What drugs? I would sell ivermectin. I used to sell ivermectin on the street. I said in about 5 years, in about 6 years, about 8 years, there's going to be a virus, and you're going to need horse paste. And then they would buy it because they knew. But yeah, it's people are confused about what art is and creativity is. Like putting a filter on GigaChad and that sort of stuff. I'm not exactly sure if I'd consider that art. Maybe other people would, but thoughts on the MDE book compared to this? I had the MDE book. It was good. The only part of the MDE book is that it had a bunch of gay porn in it, and my family members found the MDE book while I was away one time, and they threw it out, and then they yelled at me. So I lost the MDE book, that like the original one, which is now worth $1,000 or something. But that's life. Yeah. Yeah, apparently there's like anal gaping or something in it. But other than that, the book was good. Yeah. Having just annoying to have to navigate these people being in the landscape now. Not just bad shit-lib art anymore, having to wonder if somebody weird has breached your circle. It's not even weird, it's just not very creative. Like, you can kind of tell who's genuinely creative and who's just mimicking stuff. Like, for example, it's like this is just a mimic. This is just a mimic. People who are just using meme words and that sort of stuff, and somebody who writes "I will not eat the bug" in 2022 is a mimic, probably, that sort of thing. It's not a weird. It's just lame. It's just not really creative. But I will say this: you are buying a way out. This really does make me like, what message is that sending to people? It's like, your life is gonna suck unless you give me money. Like, what? That's not how art works. Art is not profit driven. Art is not like, yeah, you can make money off it. You kind of have to if you're trying to do it, especially if you're doing it for a living. But you're not. My pitch is not buy my book, or else life is gonna suck. Maybe that's effective. It is kind of one of those. It's like the NEA and the Coca-Cola and Ford Foundation. The Ford Foundation is Like these people, why does this person have the Bitcoin eyes? Dark MAGA mode 2022 in Washington. Yeah. They're even discussing the Passage book in France. Yeah, this guy who's connected to these circles is talking about it. Wow. Wow, this is cultured. It's yeah. It's so funny. Um is it worth $1,000? No, the PDF is not worth $1,000. Buy my book or you turn gay. Um the whole circle is so larpy, it's unreal. That is true. Um I am so blessed to have a great job so that I can buy stuff like this. That's awesome. I should have just done this. And I'm not even saying it in terms of making money. People should buy me iStook instead, because this is like honestly what I'm doing right now is kind of mean behavior. This is kind of like scummy behavior on my part to say something sucks. But at a certain point, it's not. Especially when I don't have anything else to talk about. It's just so. This is a lifestyle brand thing. It's who has $400 to drop on the 300-page book, and not many people. Not many people who are doing real things in life. Maybe trust fund kids, maybe something like that. Someone's got to stand. I'm not even standing up because I'm not going on Twitter and being like, you need to stop buying this. This is destroy. Like I don't care. Like whatever. People are gonna be dumb fools, and their money are gonna be parted. It's the same thing with the lady stuff. I didn't say, or I don't really care. Good on these people for making the money. Scamming a bunch of 3,000 people for Milady stuff. But this is just bad. It's just bad. It's I'd think about $400 if it was an NFT, but this is too much. The pricing, you're not really buying the book. You're funding and promoting right-wing artists for next contests. That's not how it works. So hypothetically, let's just say the money gets split. This is not how. It's not. You're not funding right-wing artists. Whoever's at the top, whoever's the judges, whoever picks the judges, really. Just say this money from this goes back into the next contest. That just means that this person now, who's picking the judges, them and their judges, now they have access of who gets the money. Who gets the money that got made from the first thing, and that means if you're some quote unquote right wing artist or right wing thinker, and supposedly this is reviving right wing culture, right? So apparently now right wing culture is going to be revived by these contests, and that means that you say you're here, you're in the mass of people right here. You're a hopeful right wing artist, which is just a funny term in itself, but you're a hopeful right wing artist. You need to make sure you're nice to this person, this person, this person, and this person, and probably this person too, and anybody they like, or else you're probably not going to win the competition. So I guess the culture is going to be decided by these people. But yeah, it is funny. It is funny that the election's stolen. The things are worse. Everything's worse. The vaccine thing. The answer is to do sell $400 books. Apparently, I'm not saying that there's an answer. I'm saying there's not an answer. That's really no. My my books are really an explanation of why things are going the way they are and how to position yourself and how to do things and how to see things and make you laugh and have fun and that sort of thing. So it's not like I'm saying they're doing the wrong thing. I'm just, it's like, this is what they're saying is like culture, like mass culture. Mass culture sucks. It always has sucked. And whether it's pushing, racism or anti-racism, it still sucks. Whether it's pushing eating soy or eating meat, it still sucks. You can make money, but it sucks. Right-wing artists get rejected from art school. People should just be artists. It doesn't, like, don't be a left-wing artist or a right-wing artist. Just be an artist. And of course, some of your beliefs, and not of course, but sometimes it depends on if you're like a painter or something. But if you're making creative stuff in terms of books or music or movies, your political beliefs might, or your values might bleed into it. But that shouldn't be your, it's like when somebody says, "Oh, I'm a African American." Are you really an American, or are you an African? Which is more important? Or I'm a Jewish American. Are you really an American? Or you are Jewish? Like, what's your real sort of identity here? It's the same thing with right-wing artists. Are you really an artist, or are you right-wing? Or you're a left-wing artist. Are you really an artist, or are you left-wing? It's not really people who are real artists, and that's not they're not identifying with their politics first. Yeah, this is good. The future of right-wing literature is slinging $400 coffee table books for the most transparent grift ever. Yeah, pretty much. But it's not the future. But that's another thing too that's kind of scummy about it, is it's using other people's work to charge a lot of money and get a mailing list, get information, that sort of stuff. And but yeah, like, I think this is a mindset of a mark. This is like somebody who's gonna get scammed their whole life. Sorry. You discover life worth living. It's like, you buy this product. Like, how is it? Like, you spend money and you save your life. What? Writer, author, recovering professor, writing book on Ulysses S. Grant, contributing to American greatness and American mind. Claremont, Melon Loeb, North Carolina. But yeah. Paultown helps me keep things in perspective. What's some recent art you think is good? My books. Especially my last two novels. Those are good. I think there's some good music. I like Shooter's music. I like this band called Neats. They make some good music. I'm not really big into art either, to be honest. I like creativity more than art. I think creativity is better way to say it. But the problem is with creativity, then you start getting like, oh, look, I made a finger painting. It's creative. It's like, yeah, it's technically creative. It still sucks. Art is a bit pretentious, but whatever. Paul, do you think video games can be art? No, not really. They're just toys. They're little fidget spinners. They're little machines you build that are fun. It's not bad. It's not bad for it to be a toy. It's not really art, though. Paul is an artist. He does MS Paint. That's true. Yeah, this is the real art. This is my MS Paint drawings. But yeah, it's been sullied by money making, which is fine. Whatever. I don't have at this point. I'm not super. I don't really identify with these people. So it is funny. It is really funny that they said the grooming thing, which the grooming quote, and it's like, we need to get the virtual monopoly, which means grooming. So like, we need to become the groomers. Like, wait, what? Wait. That is funny that this person is apparently some just a psyop person. Yeah. If there's anybody who's really going to be tapped into dissident art or dissident ideas or outsider thinking it's somebody from Washington D.C. retweeting Matt Taibbi and Josh Hawley. That's really who you want being a tastemaker. Who's Baby Gravy though? Oh, this guy's fine. I don't dislike him, but once again, I don't just being honest, I don't I don't consider this person a creative person. Like I don't consider this person an artist. Sorry, I it's not like a person. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just not like this person is just making money off of memes. I had no idea that they were talking about was the same tranny from years ago. That was so funny. That is funny, Jimbo. Yeah. Twice is Paul's favorite. Ben Lunato. I like Ben Lunato. I like Ben Lunato. I just got here. What are your thoughts on today's shooting, Paul? Oh yeah, it's just dumb. It's the same thing. The Buffalo thing. It's like people are gonna blame the Buffalo thing on like it's serious, like it's actually some serious thing, and they're gonna say, why did this insane person do something irrational instead of being the rational thing and attacking politicians? It's like, well, yeah, they're insane. That's the same thing, just as a mentally ill person. It is funny though the fact that is a trans person doing the shooting, and like nobody's really like getting in their head the fact that there's people saying, why did this trans person act mentally ill? There's nobody's wrapping their brain around the fact that why did this that people are saying, why did this trans person do something mentally ill? Like it's just we're past that point now. I guess it's not something to really think about. It's so obviously federal work. How can people not see this at this point? To Schizo Gripper, it doesn't matter. I don't think it is. Like I'll tell you, like this is the big thing. Maybe I would have if I hadn't had this experience. But I went crazy, right? And I did something stupid. Because I was literally insane, and I know people just do go crazy, and I think that's probably the case with most things. I'm sure there are some times where that sort of thing happens. And I'm not saying that they're not pushed in that direction by federal agents or somebody working towards pushing people, but it's not. I don't think it's I think it's a higher chance than most people think of just people just going crazy and doing crazy stuff. It's somebody who's mentally ill, obviously, already. So it's like whether or not they were put. I guess the thing, maybe they were pushed, and that is something that has happened for a while. That even happened with Muslims too. So I could see that. But I think it doesn't matter too much either way. It's just like whatever. It's like who cares? When did you go crazy? Was it the nigga cat phrase? Yeah, sometimes people just lose it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think people just lose it, and I think looking for an explanation is just for certain things. It's just a waste of time. And it's just like who cares? People die. Like I said, it's like people get freaked out about this stuff, and then like there are just shootings everywhere in like get different ghettos every day or every week in like Chicago, for example, or that sort of thing. There's so many like just like areas of America that are just insane. That it is really funny to think of. Whenever wait a second, this is happening outside of the dedicated third world shootout zone. Now it's the end of the world. It's like wait a second, what? So I don't know. It's just the whole thing is kind of weird to me. It is funny though. It is thinking about back in 2015 and what it turned into. just thinking about the complete garbage that the right wing scene has become. It's so funny. It's like what are we even doing here? What is the how does the right wing benefit from all the most active people sending $400 to these people? What is the I'm not, and that's the thing is I don't, but But like the people who like critique like movements and that sort of stuff and meetups and real world stuff, um, like I don't think that's a good idea either. But this stuff is like just trash. This is just trash. There's no other way to really describe it. I will not eat the bug. It's like, wow, they want me to eat bugs? I'm not gonna eat bug. Wow, that's art. That's real art for you. This is what real creativity is. If there's anybody who knows what we need, it's a middle-aged woman from Washington D.C. She knows real artists is a person from Washington D.C. You know, there's still art. You can go read old books. You can go watch old movies. You can go. You can read philosophy books. You don't have to. You don't have to buy new ones. You can buy old stuff if you need. If you really feel the need, you can buy Charles Dickens books. What are your thoughts on people that say they're not more gay people, just more people are coming out? It's BS. I think it's BS. Yeah, it's people are very malleable. Um, you can convince most people of most things, so it's not. You know, I just can't get over it. It's just if you are a patrician by fact of financial circumstances, or a patrician of the spirit, this edition is for you. You know, you know, I'm a pleb. Sell ebook, please. I mean, it is funny. I do sell a hoodie for $100, but that's an experiment I'm doing. I started at $45, and every time it's sold out, I just raise it $10 because I wanted it to be eventually get to a very expensive price. With people who bought it cheap would then be like, wow, say I have this $400 hoodie, that sort of thing. Um, what they're trying to do, I did for free for 2 years, and it's called God's Liquor Cabinet. Nobody cared. Yeah, it's not. Like I don't really have a problem with it. I think it'll work. Not in terms of doing anything, but I think it'll be fairly successful. I think people will talk about it like it's exciting. Partly the people who are smart and know there's money behind this, and there's connections to VC people, and then partly because people are just dumb. I think a lot of people will do this. It is really funny though. $400. It is well worth it.